The negative aspects of being a goth, or what you should know before joining the black clad boat. Now, probably one of the most frustrating things is going to be in regards to what you are wearing. So if you're not really dressed up goth, you won't get as many of these as someone who is balls to the walls goth as fuck. And just dressed to the nines, and giant spiky boots, and back home to Deathhawk, and whole 9 yards. So, what are you doing? Midnight, being an issue. She has closed down the video on me like 5 times now. Now, if you want to wear gothy kind of clothing, it's expensive if you buy it from goth shops. Goth shops will cost you out the ass. So unless you have a job where you make a lot of money, or you just don't really spend money on much else besides rent and food, or you might not spend money on that at all, in which case, go ahead, spend as much as you want, but it is still expensive. Like, a pair of pants can cost you $130, even though they're just a pair of plain goddamn purple pants. And then you have trip pants, which are usually about $135 and up. They're not cheap, especially if you want to get into corsets. Corsets at a goth shop, you're looking like $300. It's expensive. And on top of it, if you want to dye your hair dye can be expensive, especially if you want to, say, bleach your hair, so it's like a blue or something. That'll be hard to hell on your hair. So dyeing your hair is bad for your hair, and most old people do. Especially goths. We usually dye our hair black. Mine is currently dark purple, in case you can't tell. Now, but that really is only a problem if you actually buy from goth shops, instead of buying things from used stores, or making your own stuff. Which also could be expensive in a way, because buying things to make your own stuff could be expensive, and you may not have enough time to make your own stuff. What were you doing? The next thing is, if you do dress up goth, people are going to stare at you. You are going to get noticed, you are going to get attention. Is all of it going to be good? No. You are going to have people that will mutter to their children, like, oh, don't ever grow up looking like that. Or that, if you want to lay on something, lay on me, not my laptop. So people are going to stare at you. This also depends on where you live, of course, and where you're going. If you go to a goth club, you're probably not going to get stared at much. And if you do, they're probably checking you out, or saying, I want those damn boots. Whereas if you're walking around in a supermarket, people might stare at you a little bit more, because they don't expect to see that as supermarket. Please stay off the laptop. She's an issue. So, that's gonna happen. And typically, people might also, on top of just staring, might use the way you're dressed as a way to start a conversation with you. This could be good or bad. They might start up the conversation to ask you, hey, are you a Satan worshiper? Or some shit like that. Now, that of course can get annoying, but try not to be too much of an ass, unless they're an ass. Other people might start up the conversation because they like the way you look. And might just want to come up to you to say that you look damn great. I've had that happen a lot of times. I've even had older folks come up to me and be like, you look awesome. What are you doing? So, people will stare. And within the goth community, there is a little bit of elitism. Some people who may have never seen you before will walk up to you and be like, name the top 5 bands that you can think of that are gothy or whatever. And of course they're going to expect answers like Bauhaus, The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, that stuff. And if you don't know these bands, they might just try to be, you're not an actual goth, what are you doing? They might get pissy with you. So elitists are a problem within the community. They will cause you problems, especially if you are a little baby bat, or if this is your first time at a goth club, or my god, or if you're, say, wearing a band shirt. If you are wearing a band shirt and you do not know the band, a lot of goths will get pissed at you. A lot of goths do not like it when people wear band name t-shirts without knowing the band or the brand for that matter. So, another thing is, if you like dancing, avoid platform boots. Really tall platform boots are extremely difficult to dance in, so don't dance in those. Small platforms are okay. You can dance in small platforms. And with dancing, some people will wear really goddamn spiky boots, and those spikes can hurt if you happen to hit them or they happen to hit you. So you can get injured that way. Try to avoid that. She's a pretty kitty. Now, personally, I will admit, I don't think there's really a lot of problems within the goth community itself, like problems with being a goth, but people in the outside world, like non-goths, normies, foreigners, tourists, etc., they are going to judge you. But, hey, you're going to get judged regardless of how you look. That is true. But kitties don't care. No, they don't. They love you just as much. And that is great. So yeah, that's all I could think of on this topic, so yay.